Hey everyone, and welcome back. I will acknowledge right away the new lighting. If you have been participating in any of the live streams that I've been doing, this has been popping in and around, but this is the first time I'm bringing it into like the main channel situation, so it's here. I am aware that it needs some tweaking, and I'm very much experimenting with it still. Prior to this, I've only ever had one light, so I'm using 3 now, and I just kind of, it's gonna change as things move on and as I kind of learn more and more how to use it, but they're here right now, so we're just gonna roll with it and see how it goes. So today, really, I just kind of wanted to, touch base with you guys, get back up to speed, and maybe just talk about something really cool that happened to me this week. Really quick before we get started, there are some new people here. Hello, welcome. We hit the coveted 100 subscriber milestone a few weeks ago, and despite the fact that I really haven't been making any videos since then, there's been some noticeable momentum regardless, so thank you for that. I am so psyched that there's kind of like a growing thing happening here, so yeah, welcome. Okay, so cutting right to the chase, earlier this week, I picked up a nomination for the 2021 Fine Art Photography Awards. And if you're not entirely sure what that is, that's okay, because I don't really know either. So a few months ago, back in like November or December, I just kind of woke up one day and was like, I think my photography is good enough for people to see. And that sounds weird, because I literally post, images to my Instagram like every single day. But like, professionally, I was ready to be outside of that sort of like local level. Back in my video on Society6, if you remember, I talked a little bit about how I thought Society6 could do a better job with their artists of lifting them outside of those inner circles, that local community. But I will admit that I do think that there are some things that you can do outside of the usual websites and services that you can do as an artist to give yourself that exposure. And I don't just mean like diversifying your hashtags, I mean like real practical initiative. Pushing yourself outside of your own comfort zones and doing what it takes to get your stuff seen, creating your own opportunities, instead of just waiting for people to notice you. And there is like a fine line with this stuff. Obviously, like just like screaming at people on the street to go and look at your work is not the best way to do that. Anyways, a few months ago, I woke up and was really feeling like there was something with my photography stuff in particular that I could be doing to get it out there a little bit more. So I took to the internet and I just kind of searched for something really general, like how to get your photos published in like magazines or something like that. And in doing that, I came across some different places where you could submit photography for Michigan-based magazines. And I thought, I'll just start there, I'll see what happens. I'm doing a lot of landscape photography at the moment, and landscapes are primarily what you'll see inside of Michigan-based magazines, so it just kind of seemed like the right way to go. It made sense. So I applied. I sent some of my images to some of these different publications, and I heard not a peep from a single one of them. While I was in that application process though, I came across something called the Fine Art Photography Awards. It was international and you had to pay to submit your photos. I think it came out to like 20 bucks per photo or something like that. And I almost didn't apply for those reasons. I thought, I don't wanna have to pay money just for a small chance of even being seen for this international awards thing. I mean, there was no way. The pool of talent has to just be unreal. But I buckled and I thought, what the heck, I'll just submit one. I'll just do one single image. I'll pick the one that I'm most proud of and I'll just pay my $20 just for the heck of it. And months later, lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, that one photo that I submitted, Sufferance, was nominated. I mean, it's unreal. Like, I didn't win. They announced the nominees and the winners kind of all at the same time, but I didn't like need to win. I think that would have done more harm to my ego than good. But I was nominated, which means that my photograph was being carefully looked at, like actively being considered for one of those top spots in the category that I was in, which for my piece was architecture. And if you look on their website, there's a number of nominees per category, but nowhere near, like not even close to the number of people who submit for these awards. I mean, I am just floored. I got the email at like 3:30 in the morning last week and I thought it was spam for like 10 minutes. I just kind of went back to playing video games. I had forgotten that I had even submitted for this thing. Like I was expecting to hear back from these Michigan-based magazine publications, like not the actual award thing. I mean, what? Anyways, so this is super extremely cool. I am grateful to the awards committee. Thank you so much for even just taking the time to look at, let alone nominate my piece in this category. Like, at the end of the day, that's what's most important to me. Like, I set out with a mission to get my stuff seen. And yeah, it was seen just kind of not at all on the level that I was expecting. Anyways, okay, so it's very, very cool. Like, it's just totally unexpected and just just so cool. Okay, but like the point of this video, and with like everything else that I do, you know, isn't just for me to be cool for like a few minutes. I think that on a broader scale, there's an opportunity here to talk about the bigger picture, which is, if you think that your stuff is ready to be seen, get moving and get your stuff out there. And it doesn't have to be, you know, an international awards thing. It doesn't have to be local state magazines. It doesn't even have to be photography. It just has to be meaningful to you. Like, take a chance, give yourself that shot, give yourself an opportunity outside of just hoping that social media or any of those other websites will play that game for you. A few weeks before I submitted all of that stuff, I sent a cold email to a company called the Great Lakes Shipping Company. Coincidentally, my nominated photograph is of one of their ships. It makes it better, just hang on. I wrote them a pitch for a project idea that I came up with. Now, this is real, and I pitched them an idea for a photography series, which I thought had some serious like gallery potential in some of the well-known Michigan-based art galleries. Essentially, it was supposed to be like a day in the life of the Great Lakes shipping business sort of thing, but artsy. Like I said, you know, I sent this email, I was just trying to push myself out there. I asked if I could stow away on one of their ships with a camera, essentially. So, you know, I understand why I didn't hear anything back, but I could have. And that's just kind of like an example. It's that you miss 100% of the chances that you don't take, that kind of thing. Like, don't be afraid to be a little ambitious, be a little bit ridiculous. Just ask, like, who knows? Put together your portfolio, make sure you're proud of every single thing in there, and just start brainstorming, coming up with interesting new ideas, and propose them to people. And if nobody bites, do it anyways. For legal reasons, I will not be stowing away on any big dangerous ships without permission, okay? But like, if people aren't jumping on board of your creative ideas, you know, give them an opportunity to maybe regret that choice a little bit. They might change their mind down the line, or alternatively, other people or other entities will start seeing the potential. I hope that my point is getting across here, but finishing up, you know, I've taken a rather unconventional approach to my artistic journey pretty much from day one. I'm not really asking anybody anymore how to do any of the stuff that I'm doing, because for the most part, I wasn't getting any answers anyways. I have been forced into a position among tons of other artists where it's essentially like, just figure out how it works or don't be an artist, which is obviously, you know, kind of dumb. So, you know, I make these videos as often as I can, talking about what's relevant for me in my journey, you know, my experiences along the way of just figuring it out. But I do often get the sense that I'm sometimes missing some things. So like, outside of these main sort of videos, let me know if there's something that you've seen me do that you would like a more in-depth breakdown of, like anything. I know I personally have like a 3-page long list of video ideas, but with so much new work happening for me right now, I'm kind of in a position where I have to start cherry picking some video topics. So please, especially if you're new here, let me know in the comments down below if you've seen something from me that I haven't made a video on yet that you would like to see covered. Outside of that, I hope this video and this lighting is good. Okay, subscribe, have a good one, goodbye.